If people ask me, what is an art hive, what's the whole idea behind it? It's an open studio. So it's an open studio concept, which is very familiar to human beings. We've been making art in groups literally for millennia, reaching back all the way to the cave paintings in France. And if you think of groups of weavers, you could even think of things like the Impressionists or the Group of Seven. Making art outdoors in groups is just a healthy, natural human activity.
So what I'm passionate about and love about ARThives is that it is a place that welcomes everybody. Everybody is welcome, like all ethnicities, all ages, and all genders. It's a place where community can come together and create together, play together, be inspired.
The way that Art Hives began, Janice Timbodos, an art therapist in Montreal, used to work in Albuquerque, New Mexico, where she first got the idea of starting an art hive. And then she brought the idea to Montreal with her when she moved there to teach at Concordia University. So art hives spread throughout Canada, and it's actually an international movement now.
The Art Hives gives you this open buffet table of materials, and everybody just picks materials that they enjoy and that they're attracted to, and it makes it very playful. And you kind of have to think outside the box because there's no goal of a specific project. What we do have is some people come and they share their skill. So we have somebody that maybe shares about mandalas or makes little monsters, or we have somebody else that makes little dolls. And people can learn from these people that are coming to share their skill.
So there's two things that we're focusing on at an art hive or an outdoor open art studio. One thing would be literally the art that we're making, the process of making the art with the materials as we're making it. But another thing would be the connections, the human connection that we're making with other people during the event. So we may be talking to a neighbor that we've seen but never spoken to before. So it's really an opportunity to grow in community as well as to have some creative time.
The benefit of the Art Hive is that you're using all these different materials, and they are making you think, making you do things out of the box, and also create things that are unfamiliar with you, because we don't really have a goal as to make certain things. And it is a way to de-stress.
On a personal level, my children have benefited a lot. They can express themselves really well. From a community's perspective, I think it's just to bring people together, families together, They get to do something like artistic, and it kind of brings out, even if the adults that are participating are like a child,
We hope in the future that we can bring the Art Hive concept to more people in schools, maybe in community buildings and other places. Yeah, bring this whole idea of bringing people together, making art into the world.
Another thing that I'd like to say when I'm explaining what an open studio is or what an art hive is, it's a learning lab for being human in groups. We forget how to interact with each other, and I think a lot of us realized this during COVID, is that we've forgotten how to interact and how to be with one another in just a simple setting that doesn't involve our normal activities like working. So here we are just focusing on being together in a really nice, light and peaceful way.